Right, it is Friday evening and I am here with Helen. Helen has been with us for quite some time now, and what I want to do is just have a brief chat with her. I won't keep her too long as it is the end of the week. I'm sure she's got places to be and would rather be there than here with me. But what we're going to go through is how she's kind of got on with us over time and how she's found the experience of training with us, the people, etc, etc. So we'll start off with what kind of brought you to Fitness Camp initially, and your initial feelings, how you were feeling at the time, and what incentivised you essentially to come, if you would.
So first of all, one of a friend was coming, and she just looked amazing after coming for a little period of time, and it really kind of motivated me to come. And I was going to a gym anyway, but it just felt like it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, and it wasn't getting the results quick enough. So I tried here, and it's brilliant.
The rest is history. Yeah,
pretty much.
So
no turning back.
Okay, so you weren't seeing the results you wanted to see from what you were doing at the time.
No, it wasn't coming off quick enough, and I just wasn't happy with my results.
So I guess in the kind of place of a bit of frustration then with that.
Definitely really frustrated, but I was more frustrated with myself because I knew that I could do it. It just wasn't happening quick enough.
Can you think of a specific reason why that is? Do you think that was you were unmotivated or not the right type of training? Or?
Yeah, I think it wasn't the right type of training for me. It was quite cardio based, so it wasn't right, and my food wasn't right, and my head wasn't in the right place, and I think coming here kind of focused everything in the one place together.
Yeah, so everything kind of clicked when you got on board?
Definitely.
Perfect, that's good to hear. And when you got on board with us, did you start seeing results straight away? Did you start moving in the right direction straight away?
Yeah, straight away my results started coming off really quickly, and then I kind of plateaued for a little bit, and then they come back, and then it just depends on where my head is at the time and everything going on in my life.
Yeah, of course.
Will kind of obviously affect my results, but when my head's in it, my results are great. When my head's not in it, I still come, I just don't get as good results as what I would if my head was there.
I always talk about that increase and decrease period of intensity, or stages of intensity, Sometimes, like you said, some times of the year you're going to be more on it, sometimes you're not.
Definitely.
As long as you're kind of accepting that baseline standard of yourself, like a minimum requirement, and you're always meeting that, there's going to be the times where you kind of put your foot on the gas, so to speak, and do a little bit more, and it's always going to be reflected in the way you're looking and feeling, isn't it?
Definitely.
So,
definitely.
I think, like I say, you've been with us quite some time, so how long did you say?
So I've been with you a year and 4 months.
Yeah. So, I mean, in that time, it's, I think it's something that can be considered a sustainable solution,
Definitely.
Like I said, there's always going to be those ups and downs, of course, because Christmas happens, holidays happen, this happens, that happens.
Yeah.
And that is life, and those times there's been enjoyed, of course, but there's going to be those times where you can kind of put your foot on the gas. But as long as you've kind of got that baseline, that's that's awesome, and that's what it needs to be. That's just a minimum standard all year round. So results-wise, how have you gone there?
So results, I've lost 20 kilos now.
I was 18 last time we spoke.
It was 18 last time we spoke.
When was that?
So
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, 20
Good.
kilos now and 3 dress sizes. Really, really close to full.
Awesome. Big results. Big.
Really good.
So is that? I know I spoke to you quite recently in text message, and you said that you're close to where you want to be now, aren't you? I'm
close to where I want to be. I want to lose another 10 kilos, but size-wise, I'm kind of happy where I am. I just want to kind of firm up and that kind of thing. So I'm happy with my shape. I just kind of want to just tighten it up a little bit. Yeah.
And those changes at this stage are definitely going to be seen more in your clothes and the way you're looking, I would say rather than weight, by all means, I always say, the closer you get to where you want to be, the less it becomes about the numbers.
Yeah.
I think at this stage, you can still pay attention to weight if you want, but at the end of the day, you're in control, and those changes are going to be, I think, more visual than anything else at this stage,
Yeah, in the last six weeks, I've been totally in control, and the results are showing, so it's great. Yeah,
that's awesome to hear. It's good as well, almost where you want to be, which is perfect. And again, I like that it's been some time, and you've been doing this consistently now, and it's not been a fad, It's not been like bang, 8 weeks, complete deprivation, train my ass off and then I'm gone. It's been quite a while now, and you've really instilled those habits, and it's a long-term thing. It's a long-term solution.
Part of my life.
Perfect. That's what we want. That's really good to hear. Before you started, any concerns or things like that? Any issues? Anything you were worried about? Like, what were your feelings towards?
I was a little bit nervous, I think, when I first started, because you kind of always are when you start something new. It's like starting a new job, isn't it? You kind of get those nerves. But as soon as you kind of walk in, everyone's so friendly, and it is a family, so there's no need to be nervous to come here. Just come, try it out, join. It's fantastic. Awesome
stuff. People always comment on the group, and how friendly they are, so it's always good to hear. So you found everyone welcoming?
Yeah,
and
really welcoming, really friendly. I've made some great friends. I mean, there was people here that I knew before.
Yeah.
That are friends. I didn't know they were coming, and then made so many more friends.
Yeah. People often do that. They come in and they're like, hi, I haven't seen you for ages. I haven't seen you for 5-10 years.
Yeah.
They seem to be reuniting people on occasions. Okay, so, and I guess we've talked about the people and feelings towards coming in the first place, but how you found the total experience, just getting to the sessions in general, training in general, have you felt that you progressed with the exercise, you have found things have got easier, you've got more confident, things like that?
Oh, definitely. When I first came, I couldn't even side plank, literally couldn't hold myself up for 45 seconds, sorry.
45 minutes would be maybe a world record.
But now I've got no problem.
So you do that easy?
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't do a push-up, couldn't do a burpee, couldn't do anything. And yeah, now I don't struggle with hardly any of them. And I'm just progressing and getting stronger and lifting more.
That's awesome.
It's brilliant.
Builds confidence, right?
100%.
Empowering as well.
Definitely.
It's good to know that you can do those things, especially I guess if you start originally and you're kind of looking at other people doing certain things, you're like, I want to be, want to get to that stage. There's probably people that are arriving now and looking at you and thinking the same thing. So, gone from, potentially being inspired by other people to inspiring other people.
Yeah,
and hopefully with this video as well, results-wise, and people hearing about, where you've started from and to come to where you are now, I'd like to think that certainly you'll be inspiring people with that.
Yeah, it'd be great.
What else is there to mention? What about the support side of things and nutrition stuff like that? Do you think any questions that you've had or anything you're not sure about has been answered for you? Do you feel like?
Yeah, no, you're all fantastic. All of you are there to support us 24/7. Nutrition, I kind of knew what I should have been doing, I just wasn't doing it. And just having you there kind of like a little person sitting on your shoulder, kind of niggling at you, being like, you should be doing this, you should be doing this, eat this, eat this. It kind of gives me that focus to not lose track and not eat something that I shouldn't be.
So you felt there's a bit of more accountability there with the nutrition since you got started?
Yeah, definitely. You kind of,
what would Tom say?
Yeah, you kind of think when you're going to eat something, you just think, would Tom be eating that? That's probably not so sure.
Well, yeah, but is it worth it kind of thing, I think. I think is it, one of the things I think with nutrition, particularly if you come into these sessions and you're training hard and you're working hard, you don't want to then think to yourself, I've put all that work in for nothing because I've cancelled it out with bad food choices. I think when you're in that good routine and you get into every session, it's kind of I want to optimise on what I'm doing here. I don't really want it to all be in vain.
No, I do also think, don't punish yourself if you do
treat. Of course.
Just don't turn that treat into a whole day or a whole week.
Yeah, that's it. As always, it's about ratios, As long as your numbers are roughly on point, you can do whatever you want for some time, as long as it doesn't become too much, as you said. It's fine, It's about what we do the majority of the time, not all the time.
Yeah.
And again, our body's only ever going to be a reflection of that. I don't know if there's anything else to mention. Is there anything that you'd like to mention? Anything you can think of?
Just how fantastic it is, and if you're worried about joining, don't. Come, try it out and see how great it is.
Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I say, people always comment on the group, so I'm really glad that you've said that as well, because that's pretty much something that everybody always comments on when I speak to them about, the experiences, the people, and that it's non-intimidating. And I think that's important particularly for some people. If they haven't trained for a little while and they're quite fearful about exercise in itself, the thought of coming. It's quite a big thing to come and sweat and train and get uncomfortable in front of a group of people. So
especially people that you don't know.
Yeah, that's it. So if people
definitely
know that it's a friendly group, it does make a big difference. I think we've talked about everything. And, feelings towards it, the start, experience. I don't think there's anything else to mention. Awesome. Well, I'll let you get to your weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for taking the time to do this. And like I said, I really hope that it proves to be that inspiration for people that maybe you were inspired from in the first place.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Cheers. Well, cheers to this.
Thank you.
I'll speak soon.
Thank